Hey, what's up? It's Privacy J here. It's time for another Sunday's live stream. Now, I know that happened like last night. All right, so I'm gonna have a quick talk to you guys. All right, about what happened last night. So, I know it's about happening last night over situations, over the negative comment. All right, so I'm so very disappointed about this user. And it was Kenneth's fault for doing that, for these rude comments, and it's very unnecessary, and it's not okay. And plus, he makes my friend from school, Robert and Matthew, making feel very being uncomfortable for that he booed at Robert, and that's not cool. Okay, and I need to tell you what happened from yesterday. So if you see this unnecessary user and over negative comments, all right, block the user, delete the negative comments, and don't respond to the worst user. Ignore. Don't let him boot again. Okay, it's simple. It sounds good. All right. So yeah, that's all. That's all I said to you, and for Robert and Matthew for that. So yeah. And I'm not like mad or everything. So yeah. And Robert Simone and Matthew White, if you are there, listen to what I said to you about this bad user, and it's very inappropriate to say those bad things and it's not okay and very disgraceful. Okay? And also, I want to give a special shout out to Robert Simone and Matthew White for supporting 70 subscribers and for all of the YouTube supports and for my school and from our school and from my friends for the two bros as well. So yeah. And also it's March already and get ready for spring and daylight savings time and set the clock for the spring forwards and do not forget about that. Which is a time right or wrong. So yeah, and I will let you guys know. All right. So anyways, let's move on to today's topics about this new iPads and MacBook Air so far. So yeah, give me 1 second. Yeah. Oh yes, here we go. Oh yeah, so here we go. Here we go, guys. All right, so what we're talking about is the iOS 18 and the iPad OS 18 that will have supported from any iPads or iPhones that will device will support on the iOS and iPad OS 18. So please read.
iOS 18 will be announced at WWDC in June, and is rumored to be one of the biggest updates ever for iPhone users. Now, a new rumor allegedly offers our first look at which devices will be compatible with iOS 18 when it's released later this year. The rumor also allegedly offers details on iPad OS 18 compatibility as well.
All right. Next paragraph.
iOS 18 devices. The list of devices was shared on Twitter by a private account, but that post was quickly deleted. Mac Rumors contributor Aaron Perez, however, was able to get a look at the list before it was deleted. The post was allegedly from an account with a proven track record of sharing build numbers for upcoming iOS releases. So, which devices will be compatible with iOS 18? Here's what that rumor claims. iPhone 15, iPhone 15 Plus, iPhone 15 Pro, iPhone 15 Pro Max, iPhone 14, iPhone 14 Plus, iPhone 14 Pro, iPhone 14 Pro Max, iPhone 13, iPhone 13 Mini, iPhone 13 Pro, iPhone 13 Pro Max, iPhone 12, iPhone 12 Mini, iPhone 12 Pro, iPhone 12 Pro Max, iPhone 11, iPhone 11 Pro, iPhone 11 Pro Max, iPhone 10s, iPhone 10s Max, iPhone 10R, iPhone SE, second generation, iPhone SE, third generation, iPad OS 18 compatibility for iPad users. The same account reportedly says that iPad OS 18 will drop support for the 10.5-inch iPad Pro and the second generation 12.9-inch iPad Pro, both of which were first released in 2017 and use the A10X Fusion processor. As Mac Rumors points out, the iPad 6 and iPad 7 are also powered by the A10, so it's likely that iPad OS 18 will drop support for those devices as well. iPad OS 18 compatibility, iPad 2020 and later iPad mini, 2019 and later iPad Air, 2019 and later iPad Pro, 2018 and later. 9 to 5 Max take. I'd treat this rumor with a bit of skepticism right now, simply because the original post was deleted, and we haven't been able to independently verify this list. It's always possible that the account deleted the post because it learned the information was inaccurate. If true, this means that iOS 18 will be compatible with all the same devices as iOS 17.
Next paragraph.
The important thing to keep in mind, however, is that Apple oftentimes restricts new features to only the most recent iPhone models. For example, even though the iPhone XS might be supported by iOS 18, it will undoubtedly miss out on some of the newest and most impressive features. You can learn more about what to expect from iOS 18 in our complete roundup.
Okay, that's the iPad Air and iPad Pro. All right. Next topic. More iOS 18 and iPad OS 18. So the question: will your iPhone support iOS 18? Here's what the latest rumor says. So please read.
iOS 18 and iPad OS 18 are still over 3 months away from being unveiled, but we may already know which devices will be compatible with the updates.
That's the potential. Next paragraph.
iOS 18 will be compatible with the same iPhone models as iOS 17, meaning that the iPhone XS, iPhone XS Max, and iPhone XR from 2018 will remain supported for at least another year, according to information shared this week by a source with a proven track record for sharing build numbers for upcoming iOS updates. If the rumor is accurate, iOS 18 will be compatible with the following iPhone models.
Uh, Next paragraph.
If the rumor is accurate, iOS 18 will be compatible with the following iPhone models. When you support our advertisers, you support us. Thank you. iPhone 15, iPhone 15 Plus, iPhone 15 Pro, iPhone 15 Pro Max, iPhone 14, iPhone 14 Plus, iPhone 14 Pro, iPhone 14 Pro Max, iPhone 13, iPhone 13 Mini, iPhone 13 Pro, iPhone 13 Pro Max, iPhone 12, iPhone 12 Mini, iPhone 12 Pro, iPhone 12 Pro Max, iPhone 11, iPhone 11 Pro, iPhone 11 Pro Max, iPhone 10s, iPhone 10s Max, iPhone 10R, iPhone SE, second generation, iPhone SE, third generation.
Next paragraph.
The same source expects iPadOS 18 to drop support for iPad models with the A10X Fusion chip. This means that iPadOS 18 would not be compatible with the first generation 10.5-inch iPad Pro or the second generation 12.9-inch iPad Pro models released in 2017. It almost certainly means that iPadOS 18 will drop support for iPad models powered by the regular A10 Fusion chip too, including the 6th generation and 7th generation iPads. Based on this information, iPadOS 18 would be compatible with the following iPad models: iPad Pro, 2018 and later iPad Air, 2019 and later iPad Mini, 2019 and later iPad, 2020 and later. Apple will announce iOS 18 and iPadOS 18 at its annual developers conference WWDC in June, and the updates should be released to all users with a compatible device in September. So far, the updates are rumored to include new generative AI functionality for Siri and more, RCS support in the Messages app, and design changes.
All right, next topic. So, Apple to announce new products this week so far. Please read.
Apple plans to announce new products with press releases on its website this week, a proven source familiar with the matter told Mac Rumors. While the products that Apple plans to announce have not been disclosed, there are rumors about new iPads, Macs, and accessories. It is unclear exactly what will be announced this week.
Next paragraph.
Bloomberg's Mark Gurman today reiterated that Apple is planning new iPad Pro, iPad Air, and MacBook Air models, along with new Magic Keyboard and Apple Pencil accessories for select iPads. Gurman believes that Apple is not planning to hold a traditional event to unveil these products, and instead plans to announce them on its website and with the series of online videos and marketing campaigns at some point in March or April. The following announcements are expected in this March-April window. Two new iPad Pro models with the M3 chip, OLED displays, a thinner enclosure, a landscape-oriented front camera, a redesigned rear camera bump and other design tweaks, and possibly MagSafe wireless charging. Two new iPad Air models with the M2 chip, including a first-ever 12.9-inch model, a new Magic Keyboard for the iPad Pro with a larger trackpad, a partially aluminum enclosure, and other design tweaks. At least one new Apple Pencil, new 13-inch and 15-inch MacBook Air models with the M3 chip, and the laptops will likely gain support for Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.3. A new color option for the iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Plus has not been definitively rumored, but it is likely based on precedent. New color options for iPhone cases and Apple Watch fans. There have also been rumors about a new Apple TV and a HomePod with a screen launching in the first half of 2024, but it is unclear if these products are ready. There are also alleged CADs for a fourth generation iPhone SE, but it is likewise unclear if that device is imminent, as 2025 has been a more widely rumored time frame for it.
Okay, next topic. Apple's 2024 iPad Air lineup. What to expect? Please read.
In 2023, Apple didn't make any updates to the iPad lineup, and it's been even longer since the iPad Air was refreshed. Apple last unveiled a new iPad Air in March 2022, so we're at the 2-year mark and it's overdue for an update. Luckily, rumors suggest that we're going to get new iPads as soon as March, and there are exciting changes in store for the Air lineup.
Excuse me. Next paragraph.
In this guide, we've rounded up all of the rumors about the new iPad Air models so far. size and design. Apple is planning for another 10.9-inch iPad Air that's similar in design to the current version, but for the first time, we're expecting two iPad Air models rather than one. As with the iPad Pro lineup, Apple will release the iPad Air in two sizes.
Next paragraph.
The standard 10.9-inch model will be the smaller size, and at the larger end, Apple is working on a 12.9-inch version. At 12.9 inches, the larger iPad Air will be the same size as the current 12.9-inch iPad Pro. There aren't rumors of design changes, so we can expect both models to have the same edge-to-edge display with slim bezels and an aluminum chassis with flat, rounded edges that wrap around the screen. The iPad Air has always been a bit thicker than the iPad Pro with thicker bezels, and that's going to continue. Rumors suggest that the upcoming iPad Pro models that will also be refreshed in March will have thinner frames due to the swap over to OLED display technology. With OLED, the new larger screened iPad Pro will be over 1 millimeter thinner, while the 11-inch model will be almost 1 millimeter thinner. The changes to iPad Pro thickness should be quite noticeable, and the design will distinguish the iPad Pro from the iPad Air, even though Apple will have two iPads that are roughly the same size. We've also seen leaked renders of the 12.9-inch iPad Air, which suggest that the new models could have a redesigned rear camera with a protruding pill-shaped camera bump similar to the design that we're expecting for the iPhone 16 camera. Based on rumors, we won't see design changes, but Apple will likely introduce new color options. The iPad Air comes in a range of pastel colors right now, and Apple could introduce a selection of new shades. M3 chip. Since the M1 chip came out, Apple has used M-series chips in the iPad Air and iPad Pro models. This time around, we're expecting Apple to bring either the M2 chip or the M3 chip to the iPad Air. The M2 chip is the prior generation M-series chip that first came out in 2022, and it's almost 2 years old. The argument for the M2 is that it would give Apple a way to further distinguish the iPad Air from the iPad Pro, plus it would keep costs down. The 3nm M3 chips are more expensive to produce than the M2.
Next paragraph.
If Apple opts for the M2, it will bring speed and power efficiency improvements, but it would be a much smaller bump than the M3 chip. It is not entirely clear which chip Apple will use, but the latest rumors suggest Apple will go with the M2 chip. The M3 chip came out last year, and it's the first chip built using next-generation 3nm architecture. It has an 8-core CPU and 10-core GPU, and it supports hardware-accelerated ray tracing and mesh shading for games with better graphics. Apple's M3 Macs are able to play console-level games like Death Stranding and Resident Evil, so we can expect the same technology for the iPad Air if it ends up with the M3 chip. The M3 offers 2.5x better GPU speeds than the M1 and the iPad Air with half the power. As for the CPU, the M3 is up to 30% faster than the M1 performance cores and up to 50% faster than the M1 efficiency cores. Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. Since the current iPad Air is 2 years old, it's lacking some of the general technology improvements that Apple has brought to other devices. Apple has been updating its products with Bluetooth 5.3, so we can expect that to come to the iPad Air. Bluetooth 5.3 brings more reliable connectivity with Bluetooth accessories, as well as better power efficiency for a longer battery life. Wi-Fi 6E is also expected, and it will let iPad Air models connect to faster 6 GHz Wi-Fi networks. iPad Air versus iPad Pro display technology will be one of the main distinguishing factors between the iPad Air and the iPad Pro. While the iPad Pro models will have an OLED display, the iPad Air models will continue to use more affordable LCD display technology. Apple doesn't use Face ID on the iPad Air, and instead the current model has a Touch ID power button, which Apple may maintain in order to keep the premium Face ID feature exclusive to the iPad Pro.
All right. Next paragraph. And the last.
We're not expecting major differences in performance as both models rumored to use the M3 chip, but the iPad Pro may have more memory for the OLED display. Rear camera technology will also be a differentiator because the iPad Pro has a dual camera setup with wide and ultra-wide lenses, while the iPad Air has just a single lens wide camera. Pricing: the current 11-inch iPad Air is priced starting at $599, and the new model is likely to have the same starting price. As for the 12.9-inch version, it would make the most sense to price it at $200 over the 11-inch model, so it could start at $799. Prior to when the 12.9-inch iPad Pro was updated with Mini LED, there was a $200 price difference between the two sizes. Apple's aim with the iPad Air is to offer customers more options at a wider range of price points. For around the price of the 11-inch iPad Pro, customers will instead be able to opt for a larger 12.9-inch iPad Air. Release date: Bloomberg's Mark Gurman has said multiple times that new iPad models will come in the March-April timeframe, and the latest news suggests a release toward the end of March.
Let's move on to the last topic. No Apple event planned for upcoming iPads and Macs. So please read.
Apple does not plan to hold a traditional event to unveil new iPads and Macs, according to Bloomberg's Mark Gurman. Instead, he said Apple plans to announce the products on its website with a series of online videos and marketing campaigns.
Next paragraph.
If this plan is accurate, we can expect the new products to be announced with press releases on the Apple Newsroom website. Gurman expects Apple to announce the following products.
Next paragraph.
2 new iPad Pro models with the M3 chip and OLED displays, a new Magic Keyboard for the iPad Pro, 2 new iPad Air models, including a first-ever 12.9-inch model, at least 1 new Apple Pencil, new 13-inch and 15-inch MacBook Air models with the M3 chip.
Next paragraph.
The new iPad Pro models are expected to be thinner, and they are rumored to be equipped with a landscape-oriented front camera like the iPad 10. March or April are also common months for Apple to release a new iPhone color, and new colors for iPhone cases and Apple Watch bands. In terms of timing, Gurman said that Apple is planning to release a special version of iOS 17.4 with support for the new hardware at the end of March, leading him to expect the devices to arrive sometime in March or April. Presumably, there would also be special iPad OS 17.4 and Mac OS 14.4 versions pre-installed on the new iPads and Macs. iOS 17.4 includes major changes to the App Store and more in the EU as a result of the Digital Markets Act. Apple has until March 6 to comply with the Digital Markets Act in order to avoid fines, so the common belief has been that iOS 17.4 will likely be released by then. The special version would follow later in the month.
Okay. So we're gonna stop right there. So, anyways, there's gonna be this a Sunday's live stream topic about any Apple products updates for new iPads. 2 new iPads is about new iPad Pros and iPad Airs, and new MacBook Pro with 13-inch and 15-inch. So yeah, and including for there will be no Apple events we'll make it work on. And also it's not the Apple event is not revealed yet, and we'll let you guys know the days. We'll give a heads up. So yeah, and we'll keep it posted for more when it shows up, when the article shows up on my send it to myself on Messenger. So yeah. And one more thing, it's almost St. Patrick's Day, so let's get ready and for a few days away for March 17th, and the new content we'll be working on tomorrow. So for upcoming content that'll be saved on Google Drive, and then we'll be work on it. Like maybe I'll work on it maybe on tomorrow or something. But we don't know the time yet, the schedules. But I'm gonna make it work as a premiere as well. So let's all be prepared. So yeah. And stay tuned for the next Sunday's live stream as well, where we talk about the continue more updates and what we're talking about the St. Patrick's Day. So let's not forget, okay? And more. So like and comment and subscribe, but let me know all about it. So if you're gonna subscribe for more content, it's the Privacy J Productions and the Privacy J Productions 2. All of my social media. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try it again. If like and comment and subscribe, but let me know all about it. So if you're gonna subscribe for more content, subscribe to my 3 channels. Privacy J Productions 1, 2, and 3. All of my social medias will let you know all about it. Facebook, my name is Jaden Garcia, and Instagram is JTech727, and Snapchat is Scoot0727, and follow me on X. It's Privacy J NYC1. So thanks for watching and peace out.